Marvel Rivals launches this month, and I love that Marvel Snap's December season is a collaboration with Rivals. Oh, it's gonna be a marvelous December! And the face of Marvel Rivals just so happens to be Marvel Snap's Season Pass card. The daughter of Galactus is about to bring the old Eater of Worlds back into prominence. But first, who is Galacta? Actually, I did a video about her comic book history when Marvel Rivals was first announced, but in case you missed it, in the comics, Galacta comes from Earth 610-102, so not the main Marvel timeline 616. Now, in her timeline, the Devourer of Worlds, Galactus, had a daughter. How? Did Galactus hook up in some dark corner of the cosmos?
Bounce, bounce, wow!
Now that's a disturbing thought. We'll get to that. That child was named Galli, and rebelling against her dad because she didn't like the fact that he was eating worlds, she took on the name Galacta and became Earth's protector. She has the same godlike powers as her dad, as well as the same cosmic hunger, but she refuses to indiscriminately eat worlds, so she keeps it under control by consuming extraterrestrial viruses instead of whole worlds. So yeah, kind of like that vegan daughter of a dude who loves meat. Ultimately though, she finds out that she has the tapeworm cosmic, causing beings like her to have that insatiable cosmic hunger. And after exhausting all avenues, she decides to use the ultimate nullifier on herself. Now, the ultimate nullifier is the weapon that the Fantastic Four famously used to scare Galactus away in the main Marvel timeline. But before she could pull the trigger, her dad, Galactus, shows up and tells her that he himself once had a tapeworm cosmic that spontaneously generated within himself, and then boop, out it came, and it was Galacta. So, she doesn't have a parasite, she was actually pregnant. In Marvel Snap, Galacta is a 4-energy 6-power card with the ability each turn the first card you play at another location reveals with +3 power. Now it's important to note that the card she affects will get the +3 before it reveals itself, so that synergizes with several cards including
Kneel before Galactus.
She's the daughter of Galactus, so it's very fitting that her most obvious synergy is with Daddy Dearest, right? Letting you reveal Galactus at 9 power instead. Combo that with Symbiote Spider-Man and now you have a 16 power Galactus to deal with. The only issue is it's kind of obvious what you're doing, so you might need to get a little bit more tricky with it if you're running a Galactus deck. Now you might want to consider other cards that buff Galactus before he hits the board as well. Cards like Gwenpool, Okoye, and Nakia. Galacta is a 4-cost, so technically you have 2 turns to maximize her buff, unless you run Zabu or Psylocke and play her on 3 instead. With a +3 buff, you can also consider cards that scale in power, like Deadpool, Human Torch, Darken, Black Panther, Beta Ray Bill, Sebastian Shaw, also Brood, who reveals with the +3, making all its broodlings 5 power as well. Brood and Shaw, hey, that sounds like a miracle surfer deck to me. Look, if you play Galacta on curve in a standard 6-turn game, she essentially gives you 6 power in her lane and 6 more in other lanes. That's 12 power for 4 energy. That's good stats. She's generally a good card to have, as are most Season Pass cards. Now, the real question is, where am I going to find the time to play both Snap and Rivals? Because